It was supposed to be an ordinary Friday, nothing remarkable. She mentioned a small work celebration, just a little get-together for her team after signing a new client. Nothing formal, nothing extravagant. Low-key, she called it. Said I'd be bored, that it'd be all marketing chatter I wouldn't care about. Pick me up around midnight, she said offhandedly, spritzing perfume onto her collarbone without so much as a glance in my direction. I didn't think much of it at the time, but hindsight has a cruel clarity. The signs were there. The new lingerie she slid into without comment, disappearing beneath a sleek black dress I hadn't seen in over a year, the one she once told me was only for me. The pause when I casually asked who'd be there. The flicker in her eyes, the forced smile that didn't quite reach her mouth when I offered to drive her. She declined, said an Uber would be simpler, but something in her tone lodged in my chest. Like a shard of glass, that evening, for the first time in a long while, I didn't feel like her partner. I felt like a placeholder, an obligation she had to step around on her way out the door. Still, I didn't push. I didn't want to be that guy suspicious, controlling, insecure. I'd never been the jealous type. But sometimes when something is off, it doesn't scream. It settles into your bones and festers. And by 10:15, I couldn't sit still anymore. The silence in the house felt too still, too staged. So I picked up my keys and drove. I didn't tell her. I just needed to see it for myself that the house wasn't far. Tucked away in an upscale part of the suburbs, too upscale for a junior marketing party. That was the first red flag. I parked a few blocks away, cut the engine, and walked. Music floated through the air, soft and tasteful, accompanied by the hum of polished laughter. It didn't sound like a raucous office celebration. It sounded like something curated, controlled. I didn't go in. Instinct told me to watch. I circled quietly to the back, settling into a shadowed spot near the patio, partially hidden behind a hedge. From there, I could see through the sliding glass doors. And that's when I saw her. She wasn't tipsy or loose with wine. She was composed, elegant, the black dress hugging her like second skin. Her smile was soft, familiar. And she was kissing someone, not a drunk, meaningless peck. Not a fleeting party flirtation dot. It was slow, certain, the kind of kiss built from memory. From history dot, my hand closed around a low stone wall nearby, but I didn't feel the scrape. My attention fixed on the man whose arm curved around her waist, like it belonged there. For a second, his back was to me. But then he shifted, and my stomach dropped. Elias, her ex, the one she told me ruined her. The one she wept over in the dark, swore she hated, insisted was long gone. The one she said made her guarded, closed off, slow to trust. The one I had tried not to feel threatened by. But apparently he hadn't been so far behind after all. I could have turned around. I could have walked back to my car, driven home, and buried what I'd seen beneath denial. But I didn't. I walked to the front door, rang the bell once, and let myself in. The noise inside faltered in waves. Conversations dipped. People looked. Some stared, others looked anywhere but at me. And when she saw me, she froze. Like a spirit had stepped through the door. She pulled away from Elias, like distance alone could erase what I had just witnessed. He turned too, frowning at first, then realizing. His eyebrows lifted, amused and sharp. You didn't tell him? He asked, loud enough for heads to turn. She didn't answer. She just stared, lips parted slightly, pleading silently for the moment not to exist. You didn't tell him about us, Elias said again, this time more pointedly. And something deep inside me cracked. I looked her dead in the eye, my voice. A whisper drawn razor thin. So this isn't new? Her mouth opened, trying to shape something, an excuse, a lie, but I raised my hand. No scripts. No careful words, just truth. How long? She hesitated. Swallowed. A few months, she said, barely audible. I laughed. A dry, bitter sound that came not from humor, but from the sheer weight of betrayal. You've been coming home to me. Sleeping beside me, smiling like everything was fine. And all the while you were sneaking around with him. Her lip trembled. Elias stood like a man who regretted showing up. He reached out first, she murmured. I didn't plan for this. It just happened. No, I said sharply. You didn't get confused. You got comfortable with lying. That's not confusion. That's cowardice. Silence swept through the room. Even the air felt heavier. I drove here tonight because I care, I said. Because I still thought I was someone worth being honest with. But you weren't planning to come home with me, were you? She looked down, said nothing. I turned to leave. She reached for my arm. Please, she whispered. Don't go. Like this. We need to talk. I shook her off gently. You weren't talking when his hands were on your waist. I didn't look back, not once. She had made her choice long before that night. I don't know if she cried after I left. I don't know if Elias stayed. Honestly, it doesn't matter. That night, I lost someone I once loved, but I found someone else, someone I'd been neglecting for too long, and I made myself a promise. Never again would I be the man left waiting outside while someone else stood where I belonged.